Oh, oh no. Oh gosh, that is horrible. I was talking to dead air, and that was bad. Some audio issues, man. That is just that's basically how gosh, that's how things are right now. Oh goodness gracious. Man. Well, just want to be again sorry. It was just a week. Yeah, well, thank you for, and me and all that good stuff. And now we're live. We're 100% live. I was just talking to the air at this point, but now we're here. We're 100%. Let's get this thing. The audio issues are cleared out, and now the audio issues are done. Again, it's wacky stuff. But anyway, mismanagement, WE mismanagement. Lord knows we could talk about that. I could talk more about the WWE or the Janet stuff here. And the same thing I want to say to all that, like the big stuff here, Vince McMahon, the pause on the civil trials or the justice or whatever. I believe I always say this, and I want to continue to say this until I see the perp walk, until I see Vince McMahon going into the jail cell. I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to see any injustice and such. And also, it could end up like what Weinstein's going because he's looked like he about to get out as well. Remember, he still has like around 20 million in the bank. So, all that stuff. But speaking of everything, and still all that stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. Um, let's see. Let's see. Um, yeah, speaking of all the mismanagement, Chad Gable's contract is supposedly expiring next week. It has been no new deal between the new sides. Uh, he's gonna be like, he's looked like he was going to be right here, supposedly by Matt Banks of Frightful.com. Other stuff too. You got Becky Lynch, you got Chad Gable, and other stars. I'm just gonna say this. This is just mismanagement because um, this has been a big storyline with him, Gunther, the Intercontinental Championship, all of that, and they didn't sign the deal. They should have signed this months ago. They should have not wait for this. In fact, I'm going to say this about this here right now. There's been teases about Gable and the Creed brothers, which I mean, at that point they'd be called the Loser Collective because the Creed brothers keep losing every single damn time. Seriously, I feel like Top Flight has more victories on in significant events than those two. But that's just my you know, I digress. But yeah, the Gable and this whole huge storyline, this whole big thing about the Intercontinental Championship and everything else around it, it feels just like why didn't they keep this thing you know the Intercontinental Championship they should have done this 100%. They should have been like, hey, uh, what's going on here? Why didn't they fix this now? That's the question, ladies and gentlemen. That is the question right now. And I hope that these things do answer the questions of this whole thing. They're not quite, but just not. Let me repeat all this stuff. I hope that they actually do sign these wrestlers because not just AEW because I don't think AEW or TNA, but they're working with WWE now, so maybe it wouldn't be a new signing, just be just a step up and a step down or whatever, or they just go to New Japan or other places. They can go to other places. So yeah, heck, I think Freddie Prinze Jr. still has his whole thing about to set up, and hey, a Chad Gable, he's not. I mean, they've been building him up, so I mean, Becky Lynch could sign up to that thing too. So that could be something like this thing could happen. And I'm like, this is bad management. And there's other stuff too. I'm not going to be like, you know, there's all this other stuff here. There's the man is about to be a free agent. I mean, his last singles match, his last one-on-one match, one of his main ones, was against Sami Zayn, and he beat Sami Zayn. Did all this other stuff about the Alpha Academy, and this guy's about to leave. Congratulations, you made his stock even higher, and that means the yesterday's price is no longer yesterday's price, as Fat Joe wants to say. And they're like, "Oh, don't worry about it. They're doing a long-term story," but this is a very dangerous game. You cannot, because again, if he did all this stuff and he just bounced, what does that say? That's like, to me, I'm like, I mean, that's worse than when Malachi did the Aleister Black situation. Aleister Black was they built all that stuff up and they just released him. That was just like, oh, we need to release you. Like, we fired you or whatever. They didn't fire him, or they just released him in 30 days, whatever. But this is just worse because it's like, who is the man behind talent relations? I mean, who is the person who's there? Who is the man in charge of all of this? Oh, wait. Oh, Papa Hunter. Paul Levesque. He's the talent relations person. And you're letting Becky Lynch, you're letting Chad Gable and other contracts reach to the last second, or other cases, not signing them until afterwards. Honestly, this is a terrible look on him. If you're gonna sign them, sign them. If not, don't sign them. Stupid. Real stupid. And what's the point? It's stupid. And now you just look. What does this prove? What does this again show? A new and different WWE? No, it's more mismanagement. Him doesn't know about PR and all this other stuff. And now this. Once again, why is this man in charge? Why is this person sitting there being in charge if this is your two big stars? Just like, well, we'll leave them. Sign them to the deal. Well, they have a handshake deal. Yeah, ask Dixie Carter and AJ Styles had a handshake deal with the club and all that stuff many years back. And what happened? What happened? I don't want a handshake deal. I don't want a word deal. I don't want any deal. If I'm them, okay, here's your deal. You get a nice little vacation or whatever. Sign on the dotted line so you get some time off, and there you go. You don't want to look stupid, and this is a real stupid thing. Paul Levesque is looking very goddamn stupid right now. If Becky Lynch, Chad Gable, or any other talent leaves because of this, this is just stupid. Beyond stupid. Lock them down, or guess what's going to happen? Your talent is going to go other places. They might come back, but at the end of the day, they're just like, they're going to uplift other companies. Jesus, man. It should not be this hard. It should not be this hard. Sign your guys. Sign your people. Sign them and then be done. What does that tell you about this company? What does it tell you about this serious company? And then there is a I know AEW has its issues, but they locked those guys up. They locked them down. Just don't like, they locked their asses down. Everyone else locking their contracts down. But WWE looks at this. I'm like, you better get this stuff signed. You better get your stars signed up. You better get your people locked down. Otherwise, they will be like, their agents or anyone else on will be like, oh, the price goes up, or they find somewhere else. Trust me. That's not a threat. That's a promise. That's a promise because those athletes, those are people under your who are leaving. They will look at other contracts. They will look at other companies. They will look at that. It's not, oh, they won't do. Yes, they will. That's not threatening me. I'm not doing all that threats and everything else. Oh, they might leave. No, they might. The people behind the ears like, no, you can get some more money and leave. There's no one loyal in this place, and this business is not loyal. There's no loyalty. Doesn't get you anything. So they better not play around with this. But they're playing around. They keep playing around. I guarantee you, this is going to bite them in the butt. And when it does bite in the butt, I'm not going to be one to be like, ooh, what about that? I'm like, well, no. It's their fault. They're the ones who screwed us up. They're the ones, you know, you know. But that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Until there is until they actually sign these people in this contract, I'm going to say this is a big failure on, that's just me. That is just my personal opinion. You know, that's just my personal thing. Could be wrong. Could be 100% wrong. And that's all right. That's okay. That's all right. That's all right. That's okay. You know, that's all the stuff here. But that's all I gotta say about that subject. That's all I gotta say about that. The mismanagement of all this other stuff. But then again, speaking of mismanagement, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take here. We're gonna talk a little bit more about this, and since I got no music bed, hopefully I can fix that soon.